Hi, I'm Kennedy Jensen. Welcome to the Vision High School Sports Beat.
The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 9 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships from Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai, Ford, Kia, and Nissan, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Greece, Penfield, Fairport, and Canandaigua. Online at visionauto.com. Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us with the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Every week this time, we take a comprehensive look at Section 5 sports in Monroe County, and we begin with our honor roll of high school teams. At number 3, it's the Gates Chi-Li Gymnastics team. The Spartans ended Fairport's 3-year streak of Monroe County League titles, thanks largely to Madison Kahn, who won the all-around individual crown. At number 2, because we think everyone ought to win at least just once, Franklin High School football. The Quakers did it dramatically. Tied 8-8 with mid-lakes, Brian Johnson blocked a potential game-winning field goal attempt and went 90 yards back the other way with it for the 14-8 Franklin win. And at number 1, another remarkable comeback, this by the Rush Henrietta football team. The Comets advanced into the sectional semifinals by turning a 27-7 deficit to Fairport with just 6.5 minutes left into an overtime victory. Which brings us to Brighton and the field hockey team to beat in a story we call Trending Upwards. 6 years ago, Sean Metz was the coach of the Brighton Alpine ski team. When he was asked if he'd also be interested in coaching field hockey, why not?
I had only seen a couple games. I didn't have any exposure to the sport. But once I accepted the job, I spent some time working with the varsity coach, attended a couple clinics, did a little bit of reading, and then got started. And certainly there was a steep learning curve. I would say my first 3 years, and I'm surely still learning. But that's how it all got started. 2 years at the junior varsity level, and then I became the varsity coach. And when I became the varsity coach, I also inherited the modified team, which plays in the spring. So I was really coaching 2 seasons a year. So you really, you can learn a lot coaching 2 different teams at 2 very different levels throughout the year.
The results have been dramatic. Talk about trending upward. In Sean's first year as the head coach, the Barons were 3-13, then 7-9, 12-4, and this year, 15-1.
1, 2, 3.
It isn't just results, it's how they're achieving them. Brighton scored 56 goals in their 16 games, 14 more than the next nearest team. Keely Samsonic and Molly Case combined to score 31. That's more than 8 teams. And they still have a year left. With 18, Samsonic was second only to Mendon's Maddie Riley. Keely used to be a soccer player.
It's just something so new because I used to play soccer, so just like hitting you with like a stick and like being able to like do all those dodges, it just fascinates me. It's just so much fun.
We spent a lot of time shooting. Certainly there's a strength aspect, and we spent a lot of time in the off-season working in conditioning and strength to have that nice strong shot. And then couple that with just a lot of practice, shooting drills, and a lot of movement in practice. So we're constantly shooting on the goals, constantly putting the kids in situations in front of the goal where they can practice shooting. So I'd like to tell you that's what it takes, but it seems to work out for us.
Field hockey is to most an afterthought, if it even exists. Only 11 schools in Monroe County offer the sport, and except for Hilton, they're all on the east side.
Soccer certainly has a corner of the market. I think it's specifically in the younger age groups, but there's a lot of athletes out there, and it'd be great for some athletes to try something different, I think.
Case in point.
Well, in 7th grade, I was just looking for something to do, and my friend told me about field hockey. And at that time, I didn't have another sports to play, so I went out and tried it, and I loved it, and I've just been doing it ever since.
Is that important when we talk about, just looking for something to do, but, again, after school, it's great to have that thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I always think that I'm happier and I do better in school when I'm playing a sport, so field hockey was really good for me.
The Field Hockey Championships are Tuesday at Eastridge. Coming up, Kim has our Vision Making the Grade nominee, and later on, patriotism in Penfield.
Hi, I'm Scott Lazaroff. You're watching Vision High School Sports Beat.
Welcome back. Thanks for watching. This is the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat, and I'm Bill Pucko. Time now for our honor roll of high school athletes. At number 3, the White Sisters, Spencerport girls volleyball in a tournament victory over Brighton. Rebecca had 26 assists and 10 aces. Chris had 13 kills and 3 blocks. At number 2, Raisa Liu of Pittsford Mendon, the two-time sectional girls tennis champion. She added the Tournament of Champions title to her resume, defeating teammate Tammy Comans in the final. Race is just an 8th grader. And at number 1, Dylan Fellman of Hilton football, one-man offense for the cadets who upset Webster Schrader in the Class AA sectional quarterfinals. Dylan ran for 308 yards, scored 4 touchdowns, nice numbers, but more impressive, he carried the ball 47 times. Which brings us to Penfield, where they cheer on the Patriots in championship style. Here is patriotism. Penfield athletic teams may have their ups and downs, but one thing they can count upon, they'll be cheered on by champions.
This year we went with a wild theme, asking the girls to be fierce on the mat and really kind of embracing their wild side. We end the routine with the song Roar from Katy Perry, which has a lot of different meanings to a lot of different people. It can be very inspirational. It's for our team, it is like, you know, we hit that end dance and they go all out, they leave it all on the mat, no regrets whatsoever. They just go for it.
This is a worst to first story. Coach Carolyn Valenti took over, Penfield's cheerleaders were an unheralded bunch, but that was 9 years ago. The Patriots won sectionals last winter for the very first time, and this season made it back-to-back crowns. Senior co-captain Hannah Owens claimed the Leadership Award.
It really definitely shows how far this program has come along over the years, starting from such a low, rated team to going to sectional champions.
Is the idea of winning it back-to-back, winter to fall, is that something that the group kind of carries together with it?
I definitely think so. I think coming off of such a strong season last year, it was easily Penfield's best season ever. So I think coming off of that and going into a brand new season, we lost a bunch of seniors last year. So I think with all the new girls this year, it was something that we really were striving for, and I think it really pulled the team together.
Sectionals is a simple process. On one hand, each team does one make-or-break 2.5-minute routine. Complicated on the other hand, because while technical merit is still paramount, a degree of difficulty is factored in. Coach selected the music and choreographed the entire routine.
It was a lot of decision making this year, deciding if we were going to push for that difficulty and continue to advance in the sport of cheerleading, or if we were going to play it safe. And we didn't play it safe. We went all out. They pushed themselves farther than I ever thought they could. We really raised the bar this year, and we definitely set the mark for Section 5.
She never fails us with this stuff she gives us. It's always something really exciting and something we can pour our heart into, which is really awesome. And so when she showed us what we were doing, we got a theme. We embrace our theme. It's fierce, be awesome, fierce, strong. And so when she gave us that, we all knew we were going to take it and run.
This year, only 40 girls tried out for cheerleading at Penfield, just enough to populate varsity and JV teams, and considerably fewer than some of the other schools in Class AA. They more than make do. Were there elements of it where you thought, we could have done that better? I'm a little hesitant about how this all came together. Are we going to win? Was there doubt at the end?
I don't think so. I think earlier in the season we were all kind of okay, well, we got to push this harder, we got to push this harder. But I feel once we did it on Saturday, I feel we all just knew that was it. That was the best we could have done, and I know we were all extremely happy with it.
When we return, Kim drops by with our Vision Making the Grade nominee, and later on in our Salino and Barnes All Sports High School Game of the Week, it's family versus team.
Hi, I'm Marissa Chapman, and you're watching the Vision High School Sports Beat.
Welcome back to the Vision Automotive High School Sports Beat. I'm Kim Burnson. Making the Grade is brought to you by the 9 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships, proud to be Rochester's #1 selling automotive group. This week, we honor Pittsford Menden's Rachel Summers for Making the Grade. Rachel is an outstanding student and athlete. As a senior, she has taken a total of 11 AP courses and participated in numerous extracurricular activities. She holds the title of Secretary General for the Model UN of Rochester, where she is in charge of setting up conferences and contacting speakers. She is also the president of Menden's Mock Trial Club, which happens to be one of the best in the county. Outside of school, Rachel has earned the title of a first-degree black belt through her training at her martial arts studio. She also spent 2 of her summers at her local YMCA teaching Taekwondo to young children and beginners. Nominated by her teacher Al DiCarlo, Rachel Summers is Making the Grade. If you have an idea for our Making the Grade segment, a team or individuals making contributions off the playing field, you can contact us at info@classywolf.com. I'm Kim Burnson, and here's Bill with our Sports Beat Plays of the Week.
Here are our high school football plays of the week, presented by Varsity Media. At number 5 from the Class A sectional quarterfinals, that's Canandaigua in White versus Eastridge, and Jamin Ransom is 55 yards for a touchdown. However, the Lancers advance in this one. At number 4, it's McQuaid and Marshall. The Knights will Bigfoot Mahar lining up near side, runs the corner route, and scores a touchdown on a pass from Mark Nazi. Mahar added a 47-yard field goal and a 26-0 McQuaid win. Number 3 from the sectionals, Hilton with the big upset of Webster Schrader. The one-man wrecking crew, Dylan Philman, 47 carries, 308 yards rushing. He scores 4 touchdowns. This one goes 72 yards in an absolute monster game. And number 2, top-seeded Brockport in the Class A sectionals against Spencerport. Josh Michaels passing to Carlton Ekior. It doesn't look like much early, but Ekior stays on his feet and goes 85 yards for a touchdown. Brockport advances. And number 1, a win for the Quakers. It's Franklin versus Mid-Lakes. Mid-Lakes setting up for a game-winning field goal attempt. It's turned into a 90-yard game-winning touchdown on the block for Franklin. Up next, Ties That Bind, our Salino and Barnes All-Sports High School Game of the Week.
Hello, I'm Ben Palermo, and you're watching the Vision High School Sports Beat.
The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by Salino and Barnes. Car accident? Don't wait. Call 888-8888. Call Salino and Barnes today. Welcome back to the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. This portion of the Sports Beat is brought to you by Salino and Barnes, your personal injury attorneys. We all know the blood is thicker than water. Is blood thicker than team? The more tears of Wilson and Churchville Chili put it to the test in our Salino and Barnes All Sports High School Game of the Week. They're the binds of family and the binds of team. Rarely are we asked to choose between them. The Mortier family was. Greg is gainfully employed as a physical education teacher and as the head coach at Wilson High School, which under his guidance has become the dominant football program in the city. The Wildcats were 5-2 this season, and the home team for a Class A sectional quarterfinal match with Churchville Chili. Greg's son, Jake, is a senior wide receiver and outside linebacker for the Saints. He's on the field for nearly every play. Like Wilson, Churchville Chili had a fine 5-2 regular season and were 6 seeds in the sectional draw, which put father and son on the opposite sidelines for their biggest game of the year.
Definitely going to be some tension. This whole week it's been tension, not much conversation about the game. We've been trying to keep our minds off it. But right now, I'm just really focused on the game. Doesn't matter right now if it's my dad or any other team. I just want to go out there and win right now.
I'm excited for him, and obviously I'm excited for our guys. I mean, the kids have worked hard, and it's a good feeling. So like I say, it's a little bit bittersweet in the sense that one of us is, the season's going to be over after this, but, down the road it's going to be pretty cool.
On game day Saturday morning, there was no talk of football. There was no talk. Neither so much as saw the other.
I actually, I left the house without even talking to him, which was bad. he was in the bathroom when I was leaving, so I kind of talked crap to him, saying like, "Oh, you're just locked away. You're scared to talk to me this morning."
That's funny. No, I was actually in the shower when he left, so I sent him a text message, on his way out, like no goodbyes, no good lucks, nothing like that, and he responded something smart, and so it's been kind of quiet this week. Nobody's given much information in the house.
If that weren't enough, the grandfather is a player in this drama. He works on the chain gang for Wilson, sideline official on the first down markers. So he had a front row view of the action.
That's right. And he says, no matter what, I'm going to go to another game next weekend, whether it be Friday night or Saturday or whatever. So I would say I'm very nervous, I'll tell you.
The rest of the family was in the stands. Daughter Alyssa, a recent UB graduate, the mother, Doreen, and the grandmother, Diane. This was, in every sense, an entire family affair. Coming out of the Monroe County League, Churchville Chili, with his high-powered offense behind exceptional senior quarterback John Iacucci, rated the favorite role. But Wilson's defense kept the Saints' attack bottled up for most of the contest. The Wildcats were having their way with the Saints offensively, too, twice driving to the Churchville Chili goal line in the first half before turning the ball over. But they did finally break through. The big play was a screen pass in the flat to sophomore Demetrius Richardson, playing in just his second varsity game after a staggeringly successful season on the JV team. Demetrius took the pass from Jaquan McCullough and went 43 yards virtually untouched for the score.
I just ran fast as I can. I saw the touchdown, so I had to keep going.
Now look, second varsity game, the transition from JV for you seems like it's been pretty easy.
Yes, it is. I just had to play hard just how I was playing hard on JV and keep moving my feet.
It was 8-0 at the half. Wilson added another score early in the fourth quarter, with the senior quarterback McCullough scoring from 3 yards out to make it 16-0 Wildcats.
Touchdown Wildcats.
Well, look, that bootleg play was a great play. Tell me about the touchdown.
Sometimes you got to make plays out of nothing. So, when there's nothing there, you got to find a way to do it.
With time still left to make a game of it, Churchville put together a late rally that resulted in a touchdown by Iacucci, coming with just 1:55 left on the clock.
Well, it was really exciting. We knew we had more to do, so we just kept playing. Gave the feeling that we knew we were back in it, and it was great. We were in it the whole time, but it was nice.
Needing a 2-point conversion to stay alive, the Saints got it on a pass to Mortier, making it 16-8. There would be no more scoring. Jake Mortier will play lacrosse in the spring and continue with that sport at Lemoyne College next year. That reception was the last of Jake's football career.
It's tough because I've been playing since I was 7 years old, and it's basically been my life, like every summer, and now not having to do that's going to be a little different.
There was one final act, the post-game handshake.
I gave him a big hug at the end and told him I was super proud of him because he had a great year. He had a couple catches today, one for a 2-point conversion, and I'm proud of him. I mean, he might be a little bit mad at me tonight for a little while, but he'll get over it quick, I think.
Oh, it was great. He just told me how proud he was and how much he loved me, and all the players all knew me. It was great.
Did you have anything to say in return?
I told him he got lucky. That's all I said to him, is he got lucky.
We set up a main gate to receive them. Thank you.
Wilson moves on, the disappointed father upstaged by the victorious and somewhat conflicted coach.
I told the kids a little bit bittersweet for me having to go against my son, but at the same time, I'll take the sweet part because doing this for 24 years, 13 years as a varsity coach, it's nice to enjoy the good moments like this. So yeah, we're gonna take it and run with it, hopefully, and definitely enjoy it.
Wildcats! Wilson! Wildcats! Wildcats!
Thanks to our Sports Beat sponsorship partners, Celino and Barnes, your personal injury lawyers, and the 9 dealerships of the Vision Automotive Group. They make the Sports Beat possible.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.